Folks, I've been in this league for over 2 decades, scouting, analyzing, and forecasting every move on the gridiron. And I can tell you, what's happening right now with the Green Bay Packers and a certain player is beyond anything you've seen before. In my entire career, I've never witnessed a transfer saga this explosive, this secretive, and potentially game-changing. This isn't just another off-season rumor. No, what's unfolding behind closed doors, whispered in the shadows of NFL HQs, is something that could shake the foundations of the league itself. And I guarantee what I'm about to reveal is only the tip of a colossal iceberg, a secret that, if uncovered fully, could redefine the future of one of the league's most historic franchises. Trust me, this story is bigger than you think, and the stakes couldn't be higher. But before we dive into the deep end, I need you to do something very important. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and turn on your notifications now, because what I'm about to unveil is not just for the die-hard insiders, it's for the true believers who want to stay ahead of the curve. If you think you know what's coming, think again. The real story is still hidden, and only those who are plugged into the very fabric of NFL intel will truly understand the magnitude. Those who are inside know exactly what's at stake. So buckle up, because what follows is a rare, detailed inside look at a trade so monumental, it could reshape the entire landscape of the league in 2026. Let me take you backstage, beyond the headlines, beyond the fan chatter, into the inner sanctums of NFL power circles. The Green Bay Packers, a franchise with a storied legacy, a history built on grit, innovation, and that unbreakable bond between team and town, are on the verge of orchestrating a move so bold, so calculated, that it's leaving every other team scrambling for answers. And at the heart of this storm is a veteran defensive end, a player whose name has been whispered in the corridors of power yet kept under wraps in the media frenzy, Preston Smith. Now, let's dissect the man at the center of this seismic shift, Preston Smith. Born in Lithonia, Georgia, a small town that's known more for high school football than NFL headlines, Preston's journey is a testament to resilience. Standing 6'5" and weighing a solid 265 pounds, his frame alone commands attention. After a decorated college career at Mississippi State, Smith was selected by the Washington Commanders in the second round of the 2015 draft. Since then, he's developed into a reliable pass rusher, an every-down presence who's racked up impressive stats, including over 60 career sacks and a penchant for clutch plays in critical moments. But this isn't just about the numbers, it's about the value he brings beyond the box score. Preston is a scheme-versatile force, capable of setting the edge, collapsing the pocket, and consistently affecting quarterbacks. His ability to play both outside linebacker and defensive end in flexible defensive fronts makes him an invaluable piece. And here's the kicker. Despite being 33 now, Preston's game remains sharp. Explosiveness, motor, football IQ, these aren't qualities fading with age. They're morphing into a different kind of weapon, one that fits perfectly into the Packers' vision for a Super Bowl push. So what's really happening behind the scenes? Here's where things get wild. Multiple NFL insiders with direct ties to the Packers tell me that Green Bay's front office, led by GM Brian Gutekunst, has been quietly monitoring Preston's situation with acute interest since he was released by the Steelers in February. They see in him a perfect stopgap, a veteran with championship-caliber experience, who can plug a critical gap in the defensive line after their disappointing 2025 season, which, let's be honest, failed to meet expectations despite a young, talented roster. The Packers are potentially eyeing a mid-season upgrade, a move that could vault their defense into a new stratosphere. Now, you might wonder what makes Preston Smith so special for Green Bay. The answer lies not just in his stats, but in the scheme fit, the leadership, and the intangible qualities he offers. With Jeff Hafley's departure to Miami, the Packers are in a flux at defensive coordinator, but one thing is clear. They're aggressively targeting players who can adapt, lead, and bring a championship mentality. Preston epitomizes that: experienced, proven, hungry. This move is about more than just patching a positional hole. It's about setting a tone. It's about sending a message to the rest of the league. The Packers are not just rebuilding, they're reloading. They want to dominate the NFC North and make a statement in the playoffs. And Preston Smith, with his relentless motor and veteran leadership, is the perfect catalyst. But how could this massive trade work? That's where the chess game gets even more intricate. The Steelers, fresh off releasing Preston to create cap space, are in a rebuilding phase themselves. They'll be looking for compensation, possibly a mid-round pick, maybe a late-round pick in 2026, or a conditional future pick that could escalate based on performance. The Packers, flush with future draft capital and cap flexibility, have the chips to make a compelling offer. Salary cap gymnastics? Absolutely doable. Preston's current contract, roughly $12 million annually, but restructuring or extending could sweeten the deal and create necessary cap room, especially in a league where cap strategies have become an art form. What's the benefit here for Green Bay? Massive. Preston Smith instantly elevates their pass rush, especially with Micah Parsons recovering from his ACL injury. His presence provides a stabilizing veteran influence on a defense that's young, dynamic, but sometimes inconsistent. The Packers' coaching staff, now with a renewed focus on aggressive front seven schemes, will deploy Preston as a key piece in their blitz packages and second-level disruption. This isn't just a stopgap, it's a statement of intent. And on the flip side, what about Pittsburgh? They're gaining draft capital, freeing cap space, and potentially grooming younger players in the process. For them, shedding Preston might be part of a broader rebuild, an acknowledgement that they need to reset after a tumultuous 2025. The move also signals that the Steelers are willing to accept a new era, possibly focusing more on youth and draft picks rather than veterans. Now, let's evaluate the fit. Green Bay's defensive philosophy has always favored versatile, high-motor players who can line up in multiple spots. Preston Smith's skill set, his bend, his hand usage, his motor, aligns perfectly. Unlike some aging pass rushers who rely solely on hair-trigger agility, Preston has refined his technique, developed a nuanced pass rush arsenal, and remains a nightmare for tackles. His advanced metrics. Consistently among the top in pressures per game, with a PFF grade hovering around 80+ last season, and a run defense grade that keeps him active on all downs. Imagine him lining up opposite a younger, emerging star like Kryes Barnes or a newly acquired linebacker. Pressure on the quarterback, disruption, a sense of relentless aggression. And with a young secondary that's improved vastly, Preston's leadership and experience could be a final piece in the championship puzzle. What's the worst-case scenario? The trade doesn't materialize, perhaps due to cap hurdles or the Steelers' reluctance to part with a proven veteran. If that happens, the Packers will look elsewhere, maybe a younger free agent or a different veteran edge rusher from the market. But make no mistake, the potential of this move is staggering. It could elevate Green Bay's defense from a solid unit into a top-5 unit in the league, transforming them from playoff hopefuls into true contenders for the Super Bowl. Now, the grand question, why is this happening now? The NFL is a league of chess moves, and a lot of pieces are shifting as we approach the draft and free agency. The Packers know they must strike while the iron is hot. The NFC is wide open. The roster's core is young but hungry. The coaching staff, despite the recent shakeups, remains ambitious. Preston Smith's availability presents an opportunity that may not come again soon. The league's best teams are always looking for that extra push, that final piece in the puzzle. This is Green Bay's moment to snatch it. And let me tell you, this isn't just about immediate impact. The Packers are laying the groundwork for a future that's even bigger. They're positioning themselves with cap space, draft capital, and a renewed sense of purpose. They want to be the team that surprises everyone, that defies expectations, and Preston Smith fits into that vision perfectly. So what's next? Watch for whispers in the coming days. Rumors will swirl, negotiations will heat up, and insider sources will confirm or deny. But the signals are clear. The Packers are all in, and Preston Smith is the X-factor that could propel them into uncharted territory. Now here's where it gets even more intense. I've seen NFL plans like this before. When a franchise wants to make a statement, they don't just make a trade, they make a statement. Preston Smith isn't just a player, he's a symbol of the Packers' new era. The moment this trade completes, if it does, will mark the beginning of a new chapter that fans and players alike will remember for decades. And remember this, the NFL is a league of legends, of stories written in sweat and fire. Preston Smith's story with the Packers, the story of this trade, will be told in future highlight reels, in Super Bowl celebrations, and in the history books. This isn't just a rumor. This isn't just a move. It's a legacy in the making. Stay locked in because what I've revealed here is only the beginning. The league's biggest shakeup is coming, and if you want to see it unfold firsthand, you'd better be paying close attention. This is the NFL, where legends are born and history is rewritten. And the next chapter might just belong to the Green Bay Packers and Preston Smith.